Welcome to the Charleston Chicks. We are here with TEDx Charleston speaker, JT White.
Welcome, JT.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be on.
So you're a 2026 TEDx speaker, and why don't you tell us and our audience a little bit about yourself and what your platform is and what you're going to be talking about this year.
Sure. So I've been building digital products. I sold my first company when I was 16, sort of by accident. So I've just been in the digital space genuinely by accident. And I've been working in AI for over a decade. So my talk very specifically is I'm also a father, and I went to school for evolutionary psychology. And so how AI is actually going to influence like humanity is very interesting to me and very unclear presently. And so my talk is about how to introduce AI to kids at the different stages of development so that you don't break them, and so that we take ownership of AI so that it happens for us as opposed to us is the goal.
So tell us about accidentally selling your first company at 16.
Let's start with that.
Yeah. So I'm from New York, and I love hip hop, and there was a website that was about like just a cipher and battling and all that fun stuff, but it was really toxic and it was just a bummer. And so me and my friend built like a V bulletin board site instead, and we were like, why don't we make it like where it's like a community driven and it's like happy and like all that fun stuff. Long story short, like we heard on the radio some lines that were actually from our site. And so we were like, somebody's biting from us, they're taking stuff, whatever. And then Sony was like, no, that's our artist. They're using it as a forum, actually. Please don't say anything. And then they sort of just like took it over, which was cool. I mean, I got a 1997 Dodge Avenger and a real distaste for the music industry. Like that's all I got. But it was a cool experience, and it sent me down a path of like building for people. Like I like makers. I love people that make whether you make a podcast or you make, art or food or technology. It's all, I just love maker culture. So it kind of set me down a very specific path in my career, specifically not music.
No music, no.
Now, your most recent company,
Yes.
also you sold.
Yeah, we sold that to JWX. So we built Augie Studio over 4 years and raised a couple $1 million. It was an AI video platform specifically for publishers. So the idea that like everyone knows how to make a PowerPoint and an Excel, but like if you try to make video, like it's really hard. Like it's really hard. Like if you go into Premiere, which is a beautiful program, but it's an evolutionary program, so it's very bloated. So when you go in, there's hotkeys and buttons and stuff, and you're just like, ugh, like it's just a lot to take in. And so we kind of looked at it differently, which was like, well, a lot of it should be easier. So how do we make that happen for people? So it was a lot less about like creating images, which you can do in the platform, but it was a lot more about like repurposing really good content that you have for new outlets, because social is the medium that we all trade in now.
Yes.
So being able to repurpose content more easily, so you didn't need a degree in film, because there's only 17,000 professional video editors in the country. So they're a bottleneck for sure. So we wanted to accelerate that.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So talking about your TED Talk,
Yes.
what kind of, give us I want to kind of know the big takeaway, because AI is frightening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And wonderful.
And
Yeah,
wonderful.
Can be wonderful.
Yeah.
At the same time. And so I really want to know your take.
My big take is that it's up to us, right? So I think that, throughout the different stages of specifically like youth, I think about Gen Z and Gen Alpha most of the time. Like that's who I'm most focused on, because it's happening for them. Like it's here, and it's only going to get weirder. So what my talk is really focused on, and what I care the most about just like personally, is how we set them up for success in a world where a lot of things could just be done for you. Right? And like I don't love that. So it's about agency, right? Like when is the right time to use it, and when is the right time for it to come out of the platform and you to take ownership and start moving it forward? Because the biggest problem that I have just like globally with LLMs is that they're shareholder driven. They're a business.
Yes.
Right? So we don't have like an ethical committee that's kind of like, hey, this is the right way to use AI. They're feeding shareholders, and so
it's capitalism.
It's capitalism, which is good and bad, right? Yes. And with the LLMs in particular, like if you guys use OpenAI at all, like, or, Grok or any of them, they want you to stay in the platform, right? So like they do this, like OpenAI is my biggest pet peeve. It's like, great idea, JT. I'm like, dude, like don't.
The ego strokes.
I'm like, I don't need this. Like I got enough of an ego problem. Like I don't need your help. Like I already think highly enough of myself. Please stop. But I think that's really interesting, right? Because like as a father of 2 young girls, that's terrifying, right?
Yes.
Because depending on what they're asking, like what it could give back to you could be really dangerous, right? Because if they have the wrong idea of something, like what's the training data? Like a lot of the time they reference Reddit. What? Reddit's not a source of truth. Have you been on Reddit? It's terrifying. Like that's not where I would go for like really good information. So I think trying to figure out how to train the next generation to understand how they work, what they actually are, and what they can do for you, but ultimately when you have to take it out, like when it becomes yours and you actually take ownership of it.
Which I think about that, like that's discipline. And we're talking about human beings who human nature is not highly disciplined.
No, it's the opposite. It's the opposite. Yeah.
Which is ultimately the downfall.
Potentially, right?
Potentially,
I think that's why I think we live at this, like, we're at a tipping point right now.
100%.
Like, not to give part of my talk away, but like, I think we're at an inflection point. This is the single biggest piece of technology that will influence humanity ever. And it's not close. Like, it isn't close. So now I really think it's about parents and teachers. Like it's a responsibility to create boundaries and to figure out where and when you do and don't use it. And also to be really highly skeptical, like to just be overly skeptical of what you get told, right? Because like when you feel like you have the internet, it's like, well, yeah, but the internet, like a joke is that I've always said is like, if you ask it to make a rom-com, it'll write an entire rom-com. Most rom-coms are garbage. Like they're not great. So like, it's not going to make a good one. It's going to make whatever. Now, if you only say You've Got Mail and When Harry Met Sally, it'll be good, but that's a derivative work. So legally you can't do that. Like there's all this nuance that exists. And I just don't feel like we're training people to understand what that nuance is, which is important because to your point, like the human side of us is pretty lazy. And so it's like, oh, look, this is just going to write my email. It's like, yeah, but should it? Like some emails, yeah, probably. Other emails, probably not.
And also, did you read what it wrote for you with a critical eye? Because I did, and I could tell you didn't write it.
Well, the funniest one with OpenAI, not to pick on them, but like they use M dashes.
The M dashes and some of the same words.
Same words over and over again.
What's the one we kept talking about that everyone kept putting in our social media stuff when they were coming to talk to us about social media?
Oh, gosh.
Breath of fresh air.
Breath of fresh air. Yeah.
Breath of fresh air. Breath of fresh air.
It's like
aligned. Aligned is one of the words.
Alignment.
And that's the word I use.
Convergence.
Yes. So now I'm like, I can't use the dashes anymore.
I feel like clarity shows up a lot
clarity,
too.
yes.
Yeah.
But it looks like anything with that, now you're like, yeah, that was stuff.
Which is a real bummer for millennials who used M dashes.
Right.
like now it's like, no, I like an M dash. It's good.
I used to love an M dash.
Now I won't
take it out
use
because then people think that I didn't write it.
But this is a really interesting second order consequence, right? So now you're seeing that it's changing the way that we write.
Yes.
We don't like that. Like that's not healthy. That's a bad outcome. Right? So we don't want it to all of a sudden change the way that we speak and write because it might be AI. It's like, well, no, you need to take ownership. And you can do a lot of really cool things with AI where you can teach it your voice and your style. Like I wrote a book that was released in November last year. And because I'm in AI, everyone's like, oh, how much of the book did AI write? I'm like, none of it, man. Like it sucked. It took me 4 years. And everyone's like, AI wrote it. I'm like, no, it didn't. It might write the next one, but it didn't write this one. Like it was really hard.
Tell us about your book.
Yeah.
Well, the book's called Built for Better. And it's literally it's basically a love letter to my failures as a product person in building digital products. Because I've been very lucky to build really cool stuff with really big companies, and also like along the way, like all of my career is accidents. Like it's just accident after accident. And I kept getting in cool places, but I kept making really, really simple mistakes. But also there's kind of like parenting, like there's not a guide. Right? There's not like this is how you do it. It's like, well, that's not how you do it for my kid or for this. And so it's really just like a love letter to all the things that I wish somebody had told me so that we actually build things that we care about that are good. Because like as a product person, a lot of the world, like I look at the products that we use and I'm like, these all kind of suck a little bit. Like I'm not thrilled with how a lot of it works. Like it's a utility, but like even like Siri, it's like, it's all right. It could be better. And so figuring out like how to actually get to the crux of a problem and focus on a single thing and nail it, I just think is a lost art. And I want people to I would love to see more artistry in product design. And so that's kind of what the book talks about, is all the stuff that I did wrong.
Oh, I can't wait to read it. I'm going to order it today.
Oh, well, thank you. I have some laying around if you want one.
Oh, I would love that. Oh, nice. One.
Yeah, I'll happily give you one.
That would be great.
Yeah.
That would be great. So what made you want to do this TEDx talk?
Yeah.
What was your reasoning behind it? And tell us about the process. Another accident. I love all these happy accidents you keep getting into.
It was my wife. So I've been very lucky. I get to speak a lot on stage. And my wife kind of was pushing me and was saying, hey, look, like this, she knows Andrina, she knows a lot of people that are involved. And she's like, I think this would be really fun for you to try. And I was like, yeah. I mean, I love TED. Like, I've been a TED fan forever. I can recite a bunch of the different talks. But the format's really challenging. Like, it's a really different format, like a tight 10. And I'm talking about AI. I was like, so it started for me as I wonder if I could do this. And then I got selected, and I was like, "Oh no, I have to do this now." Oh no! But I have two amazing coaches and an amazing group of people around helping, and it's been really fun to learn a different modality for me. Like, because it's all about storytelling, right? It's about the personal side of this, and a lot of the time, like, I get to do narration. Like, I get to go and be like, "This is AI, and this is what you should know," and blah 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 blah. Very educational. And this is more about like actually threading the needle and getting to like really put a story together. And it's really hard. Like, it's really hard to do it well. And I don't know if I'm gonna, but I'm trying. I'm trying really hard.
Well, listen, you were selected amongst a lot of people, so they think you're doing pretty well.
I hope so. I really hope so. But this is important. Like, I think the AI thing is really...
It's very important.
It matters so much, and there's so much bias in AI, specifically around people of color and women. Like, there's all this stuff that I just think we have to start saying out loud so that we have a better open dialogue as a species. To be like, hey, what are we actually trying to achieve here, right? Like, as an accelerant to creativity, cool. As a replacement for human beings, in some aspects, yeah. But in a lot of aspects, no, probably not. So it's a fascinating time to be alive.
That is one way of putting it. Yeah.
I mean, I think with AI and what your platform specifically about kind of guiding it as opposed to letting it being passive, receiving it passively and letting it guide us, because there are trillion-dollar companies that are going to guide us through AI if we don't. We the people
don't step in. Yeah.
Don't step in.
It's so in my world it's called human in the loop, right? Like it has to be a human in the loop process. Like, this automation is really cool. And listen, unfortunately, the truth is that there are certain entire sections of jobs that are going to go away. Like, it's an unfortunate truth, right?
Yeah.
But also there's a lot that shouldn't, and there's a lot that people are trying to make it happen, because, again, back to capitalism, they're really, really top down, right? They're thinking about cost savings, not about efficiency. And efficiency doesn't necessarily mean less people, it means people doing better things. And so trying to guide that, I think, is a really important topic that is not being spoken about publicly enough. And that's happening to us. Like, I don't want it to happen to us.
It's going to happen to us.
Like, we have to take the driver's seat, and a lot of it, again, it goes back, I think, to parents and counselors and teachers and bosses. Like, I owned a company. Like, we used AI a ton. We also didn't use it a ton. And I think that's really important, because when you look at the engineering space now, like, you could go and code a thing in 2 days and don't know anything about engineering at all. And that's cool as a proof of concept, but like, it's not how you should build a business. Like, this idea of like the $1 billion one-man startup is like, or one-person startup is what they should call it. But like, that's just, could it happen? Sure. Like, should we want it to happen? I don't think so. Like, I really don't think we should. Right? Like, I want to hire a bunch of college kids. I want to hire a bunch of really smart people. I want diversity in my teams. And like, that's not what's going to happen if we just keep kind of hammering down on this, AI can do everything. It's like, but could it, even if it could, do we want it to?
Yeah. Well, it's back to the discipline thing.
Yeah.
Just because we can do something, 100% does not mean we should.
Yeah.
And thinking of the bigger impact, the bigger picture, and who we actually want to be as people.
Yeah, as a race I think about this
from the human race,
very evolutionarily, right? Like, it's like everybody. If you've seen WALL-E, have you ever seen WALL-E?
Yes,
and there's just the people that are like drinking, and they're like drinking sodas and driving around. It's like, that could genuinely happen.
Correct.
We're not close to that happening based on where the tech is today, but like, we've never seen an accelerant. Like, no technology has happened this fast to us. And so like we're in a space right now where I think everybody has G-force. Like we're on our heels a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad thing. Like that's human nature. But it's really important to recognize that that's the case. Like when you train F1 drivers or pilots, like they have to go through years of training to figure out how to handle G-force, right? Mm-hmm. How do you breathe? How do you keep composure? How do you do that stuff? I think we're there. Yeah. Like we're in this point now where everybody needs to be like, well, okay, we all have to breathe through this a little bit and we have to be talking to one another about what's happening and kind of like have a plan forward where we don't lose the thread. Yeah. Because we could lose the thread. And I really don't want us to. And I think if we don't, I think we could wind up in a really, really, really cool place where more small businesses could exist and we could break down some of the bigger businesses and we could have a lot of like really, really interesting people who never had the opportunity to do this stuff before do really interesting things. Or the big guys get bigger and everybody gets squished and it's kind of boring. Like it's kind of a boring existence.
When you have nothing in the middle anymore.
That's a bummer.
And that's a threat.
Yeah. So I just think it's on us. Like we have to, we as a society have to step up and be like, how are we going to take control of this in an interesting way that strengthens all of us? Because it could.
Yeah.
It could. But we've been through stuff like this before. We went through the internet revolution. We went through the mobile revolution. Like this is not new hat. Like we've done this. This one's big. So I just want everybody like, the goal of my talk and the goal as a person when I get to speak in public is always just like, we have to breathe through this. Like we have to take our time, slow down a little bit, make sure we're doing things that we think are ethically interesting and make sure that everyone has the same access and that we're aware because consciousness is everything, right? And like the computers aren't going to be conscious, but like I have a friend whose daughter named their AI and I was like, no.
See, I wholeheartedly agree with that. I refuse to treat my chat GPT like a person.
Yeah, you should.
I refuse to.
Yeah.
And I've been told, well, you don't get the best out of it.
That's not true.
I'm like,
that's not
true. I don't care. I can't humanize it. I don't want to.
Even my wife will refer to it as she. And I'm like, look, in the world of gendering people, please don't gender that. Like, that's not a she. It's an it. And it's an it. And it's a really cool and powerful it, but it's an it.
Yes.
Like, that doesn't have feelings. It's here to serve you. And it will continue to serve you however you ask it to. Which is dangerous, right? So you just have to build these human barriers, which is like, okay, like where's the line? Like where's the line that I'm comfortable with? And everyone has to set their own line. But my biggest concern is education. Like I just don't think that we're educating people what that line actually could look like and where the downsides are.
Yeah.
It's just a lot, and it's a lot of information. It's a lot of information to take in. So trying to simplify it is a challenge. And it's one that we need to pay a lot of attention to, in my opinion.
Well, I think it's great that you're beating that drum. We're going to be here on the 29th of April to see your big TED Talk.
Yes, we're very excited for it.
I hope it goes well.
It will. I have a feeling you'll be just fine. Yes.
I'm hoping so.
So if you could give someone, like us, a couple of takeaways, what were the top things you would tell people about AI to do it correctly?
Oh, great. Okay. So first, pay for it. You have to pay for it. If you're using the free version, then you are the product. Your data becomes the product.
Okay.
Dangerous. You don't want that. So if you're putting your IP in there and you're talking about your podcast or your book or your business and you don't pay for it, that's their data, not your data. So you have to be paying. So I don't care which one you pick. I have opinions, but pick one and pay for it.
Okay.
That's one. The second one is the settings. So in all of the settings, you can actually give it very discrete things that it should be doing. Or not doing.
Okay.
And I think a lot of people are very good at telling it what it should do, but like negative prompting is actually one of the most strong things that you can do. So do not give me information from these sources. Do not reinforce my ego. Like tell it not to do stuff to you. And really, really like hone that practice because it makes a difference, right? It goes from taking it into the talk to me forever world into a much more reasonable sort of like, okay, you're an assistant that's going to help me with certain things. And the last thing I would say is like, try different ones, right? Like ChatGPT got out in front and that's fine. And, again, there's a lot of very interesting capitalist things with them that I think people should take into consideration. But there's a lot of them out there. There's Perplexity and there's Anthropic and there's Claude and there's Grok. And I mean, there's a ton. Use different ones, like play around and see which one actually is servicing you the way you want it to service you. Don't just go for the one that's like easiest.
Gotcha. That's amazing.
Those are some great takeaways.
I'm like, that's amazing.
great.
Okay, definitely learned something.
I feel a little bit better now that I accidentally started paying for one.
That's good. That's it. See, happy accident.
Right, happy
So-
accident.
I'm doing
But I'm going to go look
several
into a different
things
one
wrong
now.
based on those recommendations. Note to self: I'll be fixing my AI and my chat use after this conversation.
Good.
Thank you so much.
Oh, it's my
Yes,
pleasure.
thank you
And
for joining us and doing this. This is wonderful.
I love your podcast. Thank you for doing it. I think it's important.
Thank you. Well,
appreciate that.
we are very excited to hear your talk on the
Excited to
29th,
get it.
and we'd love to have you back, too.
I would love to be on.
That would be
Awesome.
great.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you so much.